I am EmKay Archlink. I am the founder of Archlink LLC, author of Unseen Powers, and a self-proclaimed advocate for those with autism spectrum disorder. I was professionally diagnosed with level 2 autism spectrum disorder in September of 2022, and I've been working to educate myself on the topic ever since. I'm here to help destigmatize neurodivergencies, starting with autism. That being said, welcome to RAW-tism, a podcast about my autistic experience and opinions on the world. On this podcast, I will be raw and unfiltered. Whether you listen to enjoy, hate listen, or just leave it playing on mute to support me, I appreciate the effort you put into my little program. Thank you! You are always welcome to disagree with me, as long as you do so respectfully and with no name-calling. I love you all. If you enjoyed this podcast, please consider rating and reviewing RAW-tism to help others find me. Ensure you're following RAW-tism on your preferred podcast streaming service so you never miss an episode. We post a new episode every Monday, but you never know when we'll throw in a special treat during the week. Hi, welcome to another unscripted episode of RAW-tism. Today's theme for this unscripted episode is being around kids. I've got 4 stories from, it looks like all 4 of them are from Am I the A-Hole, my favorite subreddit. Just a heads up, a disclaimer that we might not get to all the stories. If it reaches 20 minutes, I'm done, because anything past 20 minutes, and I get overwhelmed when editing. So sorry. I enjoy hour-long podcasts as much as the next person, but I'm not going to be editing that long. If I get an editor, I would love to have longer podcast episodes. Okay, so the first one, am I the a-hole for excluding my grandchildren and daughter-in-law for my birthday? So the user is No Summers, okay, and it was voted not the a-hole, so hoping that's a good thing and not ableist. So for context, I love my grandchild, but she has autism. Because of this, she doesn't like going out, and so going to restaurants is very hard, and she will throw tantrums and have very loud meltdowns. I'm turning 80, and this is a big moment for me, and I really want to enjoy my birthday without having to cater to my granddaughter's specific needs. The restaurant I want to go to doesn't have her safe foods, and she is 7, so I know she'll want to eat. Already not the a-hole. As I said in the last episode I just recorded, parental expectations, accommodations only work when they're reasonable. It's her 80th birthday. She shouldn't have to cater to a 7-year-old who has this many needs. It's unfortunate, but that's just how it goes, and she can celebrate a different way with her grandchild. Having autism does not automatically need that people need to bend to your every whim. If a situation just 100% doesn't work out for you, it's not going to work out for you. My husband's out hunting right now. This is going to be coming out in April of next year. Right now it's Thanksgiving weekend. My husband is on a camping and hunting trip with his family. Well, some of his family. Some of them stayed behind. My in-laws. So he's out there with his sister, his cousin, his grandpa, his dad. Can't remember if there's anyone else. But it's not all boys either. His sister and his cousin are both girls. I guess I said sister, so that kind of says they're both girls. But anyway, the reason I didn't go is because it wouldn't be fun for me. Take apart the fact that I would never enjoy, I don't enjoy the idea of hunting or fishing. I don't want to kill something, but the idea of staying in a really drafty cabin with really uncomfortable beds where it's going to be raining the whole week and they stay up in trees wrapped in sleeping bags for warmth while they just wait for hours for deer to come, and then they shoot them, and if they die they go chase them and get them. Every single part of that is a no from me. I love camping, but this has too many cons to be worth it. So, That's a long example, but let's continue. The main reason I don't want my daughter-in-law, who is the mother of the grandchild, I assumed that at the beginning, but we have clarification now. The reason I don't want to invite my daughter-in-law is because she recently just keeps telling me of all the family members who have died at my age and how she would be mortified and depressed if she ever lived up to my age. Those are inside thoughts, or therapist thoughts, or someone other than the old person thoughts. You don't say that to the people you think that about. That is morbid and horrible. Someone coming up to me and be just like, oh, if I had autism, I would kill myself. What? Why would you say that to me? Oh my gosh. That is so mean. So rude. Okay. Last year, we had a small family party for my birthday, and she kept on saying how this will be my last birthday and how sad everyone would be next year because I most likely wouldn't be here. I've asked my son to tell her to knock it off and that it's very rude and mean, but she doesn't stop. Oh my god. This is horrible. And this is not even from the autistic person. It's from the mother of the autistic person. It wouldn't be okay if an autistic person was doing that because autistic people can understand that being told not to do something, to stop, means stopping, even if they don't fully understand to stop. I say stupid things sometimes, and when people just like, hey, we're not going to talk like that, I'm like, oh, okay, sorry. So it wouldn't be excusable even if the person was autistic, but the fact that this is a non-autistic person saying this, God. I've asked my son to tell her to knock it off, that it's very rude and mean, but she doesn't stop. I'm not stupid. I'm sure I'm going to die in the next couple of years, but I'm not going to die right now. I just want a nice dinner around 6 on the 1st of June with my son and my daughter. Yeah, that sounds nice. We could do like a lunch with my grandchild and daughter-in-law in the afternoon. So that way I'm not excluding anyone. There's an accommodation, just having a separate activity for the people who don't fit in the main activity. Okay. My son-in-law is fine and told me that he's not joining so that my daughter-in-law doesn't feel excluded, which I think is fair. That's really nice of him. But my daughter-in-law is saying I'm being rude and entitled and that she's only saying facts and that I'm an awful person for not wanting my granddaughter to be around. My son is on my side, but this is getting too much. Well, just from how she's treating you, I wouldn't want her at your birthday party. I'm not even related to you. God, this is awful. She's being awful to you. Okay. First comment is from JRM1102. Not the a-hole. I don't think there's anything wrong with an adult wanting an adult dinner. You're not saying you never want to have dinner with your granddaughter again. Just for this one, you want to have a nice dinner that unfortunately she can't do. Exactly. And I don't think there's anything wrong with not wanting to have someone perpetually and very creepily reference your mortality. Yeah, that's so rude. And a lot of comments agree with that. Yeah, it looks like all the comments are pretty much the same. It's your birthday, you can invite who you want, you can want an adult dinner, you're valid in not wanting someone to talk about how likely you are to die at your birthday. That's so sad. I've had those intrusive thoughts this person's kind of old. This might be their last birthday. But I'm not going to tell that to the person. And yes, I've said that to other people other than the person before, and they're just like, we don't want you to talk like that. And I'm like, oh, sorry, inside thought. But never would I think about telling that to the person, even before I knew I was autistic. Dang, that's so mean. Okay, the next story is, am I the a-hole for forcing my niece to babysit my autistic son for free? Okay, there's an edit at the top, so I'm going to start where the main story is, and then I'll scroll back up to the edit, so if I look confused, that's why. I'm a single dad to an 11-year-old son who's autistic. The ways autism presents is mainly through his personality. Well, yeah, autism is how your brain is formed. So it would affect your personality. It affects everyone's personality. Your personality is who you are? Question. He's very smart, quiet, and prefers to get lost in a land of fire alarms and elevators. Oh, he's interested in how those work. I'm just like, are there fire alarms and elevators? If fire alarms are going out, the elevators aren't going to be used. But no, he's interested in how those things work, is what I'm getting. He's genuinely a good kid. I have quite a few friends who don't like being around kids but still adore him. That's a big thing. For people who don't like being around kids that much, if they like your kid, that is a huge compliment to you and to your kid. I also have a 19-year-old niece who's staying with me for a few days to go to a concert. Anyway, a couple days ago, my cat got sick with symptoms I had never seen before. Given that the vets here are always booked a few weeks out, I had to take him to the emergency vet. I told my niece to stick around and watch him for a few hours. She said she's child-free and she doesn't babysit. She knows my son well enough that he'd at most just ask for something to be warmed up for him. She went paid me and it's a deal. I told her that we could hash it out later because I had to get going. She said, then you go, but we will talk about it later. I got back from the vet with the diagnosis of my cat being allergic to my niece's perfumes. So the niece was the cause of the problem and wasn't going to help with the solution. Oh my goodness. Which she wears because it helps her feel closer to her bias, her favorite singer. My niece was pissed because she couldn't wear her perfume anymore, so she demanded $100. I told her no because I wasn't making her throw it away. She's staying here for free and I'm already paying her food in transit. It was only 3 hours, which she would have spent on her phone anyway. While she admitted he just stayed in his room the whole time, she accused me of guilt-tripping her. And she got my brother to buy her a hotel room because apparently I gaslit and manipulated her. My brother, of course, went off on me about how I ruined her trip and demanded I compensate him for the hotel he had to put everything on his credit card. Okay, and I'm gonna go back up to the edit. Thank you everyone for the responses. Some have asked what I would have done if my niece wasn't there. I'm recently widowed and still processing the whole thing. I honestly don't have a straight answer beyond hoping my son can come without having a massive anxiety attack from his fear of doctors and the like. Also, I gave her free housing, paid for all her food, transit, half her concert ticket, etc. I also had to pay in full right away. We're Puerto Rican, and in our culture, we just do small things for family without lording payment over each other's heads. My brother's the type to pull the ladder up behind him, so to speak, and as a result, I'm the only relative who stays in touch with him and his daughter. Yikes. Does not sound like that's great. So, I don't know. Wholesome Gamer says, not the a-hole, the most I would give her is $20. If her trip is ruined, it's because of her self-entitlement. That's on her. And then OP, the original poster, said she was basically telling my brother that she didn't know if she was mentally able to attend the concert I paid half on despite my paycheck going to rent. She did, however, and looked happy in the photos. So she was just like, I don't know if I can go to the concert, he's being so mean to me, but she still did it. And he paid for half the concert. Oh my god. I can't even discuss this one anymore. It doesn't have that much to do with autism. Yeah, the kid was autistic, but had nothing to do with his autism. But still, that is upsetting. I think I'm gonna end the episode here. I apologize if anyone feels slighted because it's a little shorter. But that last one kind of upset me, and this is the 4th episode I've recorded in a row, so I am tired. Otherwise, you could just hang on till next week. Sorry, not sorry. Okay. Have a good day, y'all. Bye. Here's the pre-recorded outro. As always, I am not here to shame anyone. I'm not even here to tell you what or how to think. I'm here to share the autistic experience with you from someone who is studying for their graduate certification in autism spectrum disorder, someone who for the first 22 years of their life was under the impression that they were allistic, and as someone who since September 30th, 2022 has finally found their place in the world. I am autistic. I'm a part of the autistic community, and I am proud of it. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Regardless of your thoughts and feelings toward me, I have love for every one of you. You are wanted by many, you are loved by many, and so many want you to stay in this world. I am one of these manys, and always will be. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Regardless of your thoughts and feelings toward me, I have a love for every one of you. You are wanted by many, you are loved by many, and so many want you to stay in this world. I am one of these manys, and always will be. If you'd like to support this podcast, the description includes links with referral codes to all my favorite products. The transcript for this episode can be found on my website, archlinkllc.com, and also on my Patreon, which is linked below. Would you like to see more of me? In that case, visit EmKayArchlink.com for links to my other content. A new episode of RAW-tism comes out every Monday wherever you get your podcasts. Next week's episode of RAW-tism is posted on Patreon every Tuesday ad-free. Karaoke videos are posted on Patreon every Thursday. Lastly, my book Unseen Powers is available in hardback, paperback, or digitally through Amazon. Remember to drink water, eat some, and have your best life. Bye!